Hello everyone, and welcome back to the land of the Dawi. That's right, your non-bearded Dawi leader here. This is HeirofCarthage, of course. I don't know what other old geezer would be here on this channel, but it is me. And I saw this, and I had to wonder, folks, isn't it Okoi who always makes the 19 of something videos? Like he'll use 19 of just a single unit. Has he done one with Orc Laborers? Did he sneak into my game? Because apparently the Chaos Dwarves are definitely watching what he's doing over there. All right, let's go. Let's go get to work here. Belegar had just gotten done crushing the skulls of some Chaos Dwarves. I want to move these Rangers over into his army. Maybe two. Yeah, we should be able to move them over. So I do want to get those Rangers moved over into his army on this next turn as well. I think money-wise we are doing good. Let me kind of remind myself, we'd opened up the war with the Chaos Dwarves. We defeated an army of their near Valea's Sorrow. We are replenishing troops and recruiting there. We have this secondary army here that we could use to help keep the Skaven out of our lands, but I'd like to use this full army to start pushing back the Chaos Dwarves. Now, people have left some nice comments. I say nice, I don't know, maybe they're mean. No, they're actually nice. It's telling me, hey, here's why you should use more gunpowder against the Chaos Dwarves. It has a lot to do with their armor and the way they play, and that's true to a big extent. The problem is the other thing that happens with gunpowder is you lose line of sight easily. Maps can get really terrain heavy, and you have a struggle to get hits. I find the gunpowder to be extremely good against monsters and stuff that can't hide behind a line of infantry. Whereas, honestly, like, I find Quarrelers for dwarves, especially Bugmans, because they're a little more defensive, and especially when you're using Thorek, to be very, very good for the dwarves against even a lot of armored targets. So, we'll see. We're going to try it for now. Let's take a look and let's see whether there's anything I want to build out there at the moment. I probably do need to build this. It's going to eat up most of my funds there. Let's actually do that. Garrison Lord not move. That's intentional. Building upgrade we're going to skip. And let's end this turn. Kind of see what we get. But yeah, I don't know if we've had an episode of this since back closer to New Year. But if I haven't already said it on this series, then Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. I have actually been really busy the last week or so. I started off the New Year getting a lot of videos done. But then I had to go back to the office for the first full week this week. That was difficult to get used to because it's just always nicer to work at home. But that said, I've also been very busy painting the Tomb King's army that I have for Old World that Games Workshop had sent to me. If y'all didn't see the video for that, I have it up. It's pretty awesome. I've gotten to paint about 18 miniatures. I'm about to make an update video. So if you'd like to see that, I will have that up there soon and be able to show you all what I was able to get done this week. And speaking of miniatures and painting for the Old World, the Tomb King's army is great. I'm super excited about it because I like the Tomb Kings, and I've played a good number of campaigns with them on Warhammer 3 and other Warhammers. I am super excited for them to release something with the dwarves, and I would totally go get a dwarf army and paint that up should I get the opportunity with the Old World, and I'm kind of hoping for it, if I'm being honest. Looks like they're coming up on me with another army. This one's looking a lot more dangerous. I see a couple of Lamasu, a Bale Taurus, a Bull Centaur Render. This is not going to be a joke here. Let's look at the defenses of Valea's Sorrow. They are very weak. We may want to jump underground and provide extra defenses here to kind of ward these guys off until we can replenish properly. So our Garrison Lord, we are not going to move that Lord. We can now choose what to do with our, you know, limited money here, and I'm going to actually go ahead and build more for the spice trade there. And then I'm going to go ahead and save a bit of cash and end another turn. Just going to move back over here. All right. But yeah, I'm really enjoying painting. I can't wait to make that update video on it. I'll give you all a quick update on it here. It's intense when you're painting a lot of things, or at least it always seems that way at first. I have to say, I've been able to make some pretty good use of contrast paints on this project that feels like it is helping me a lot in terms of getting my army towards battle ready. For those of you not familiar with miniatures, there's kind of two standards that people work towards. Battle ready is kind of like your base, you know, just get it looking good enough to be on the table. And then there's like a parade ready, which is where you do a whole bunch of extra highlights and dry brushing and other stuff to bring it up to a really awesome standard. So I'm working on getting stuff towards battle ready, and man, the contrast paints definitely feel like they are helping speed that process. So let's see here. I can afford more armies, but I'm being a little bit cautious with training more armies at the moment, because I also want to have some money on hand. I don't know where those Chaos Dwarves went. If they just backed up to Black Crag, they very well might have. I'm half wondering whether I would replenish faster inside enemy territory. Let's just go ahead and take another turn. I'm going to go ahead and send this army back to that settlement in case the Chaos Dwarves were to head that way. It would be difficult for us to defend. Let's take a look and get some more buildings done. This will be slow progress, but we're looking to increase our income where possible. And that is a good opportunity for us right there to grab some more iron. We could build this, and that would increase our income by about 100. So let's do that. We have more technology to research. I'm going to stick with these kind of economy-focused upgrades here. Keep trying to churn the sinews of war here with our money. And let's go ahead and end our turn. I need to get the war with the Chaos Dwarves rolling up as quick as possible, because the Caravan of Blue Roses is likely to turn against me at any moment. This seems like an alliance that we should and would take. So there we go. Teclis is stuck, basically. Volkmar expanded all around him. Looks like Teclis got himself stuck there. To make him happy, I mean, I could hand him some of my territory that I took from the Caravan of Blue Roses. However, there's no real need for me to, and I'm making money off of some of it, so I'm not going to do that. But should desperate need arise, we might be able to pull off something like that. And speaking of the High Elves, that is also some miniatures that I would love to have for the Old Worlds. I think Dwarves and High Elves would be high on my list for the supported factions that I would love to own an army for. Alright, we're going to take Nazca here. I think we had taken it earlier off the Skaven, and it was retaken by the Chaos Dwarves, so that should clear a grudge for us, I believe. Maybe? Brutal business? I thought it carried a grudge. I don't know. I don't know if it reports it there or not. Yeah, see, our income has gone up just a little bit. All right, that Chaos Dwarf army is back. I now have better view of it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flyers. Wow. And 2 Bull Centaur renders. Iron-willed. I have an idea here. I don't know how this will work out. I'm going to move this army up here and like kind of make it look a little bit vulnerable. And then I'm going to pull this army out of the settlement. We're taking attrition here? Is that chaos attrition? Yeah, it's chaos corruption. And I'm going to move up here. It sucks that we're taking corruption here. And it's because these settlements are owned by the Chaos Dwarves. I'm even going to go to upgrade this settlement, and that should very much tempt that Chaos Dwarf army forward, and I'm hoping we can hit them with an ambush with both of those forces. We'll see whether it works. It may not, and we'll kind of take it from there. Yeah, look at this. The Caravan of Blue Roses is trespassing on us. They very well could attack us soon. I need to get to these settlements down here as well. I'm going to move back this way for 2 reasons. One, if the Caravan of Blue Roses sees me, hopefully they'll skedaddle on back to their own territory. And then 2, so I can put myself in a better position in order to defend, or sorry, to go out on the attack against the Chaos Dwarves down there. So Cleanse Corruption might actually be important because we're going to be in a lot of Chaos territory. Oath and Steel is not that important. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and finish scouting first. And that should be good there. Our money is coming along nicely. We could go look for landmark buildings and whether or not we can build them yet. So like, for instance, here, I believe. Ooh, yeah, we want that one. So let's do the upgrade to Iron Rock. Is that? Yeah, that's where the Skaven hit earlier. Kind of sucks because they might come back, but it looks like the Skaven got cleared out, actually. And I saw a message earlier where the Skaven had been destroyed. One of the factions. Alright, well that'll help with growth here. That'll give me the upgrade I need. That'll work for this turn, and we're going to keep working towards some of those landmark buildings. Outpost is available with Techless. That's actually a pretty cool idea. If we could snag any Sisters of Avalorn, that would be incredible. We do not get access to Sisters of Avalorn. However, there's Shadow Warriors. Silverin Guard could be particularly useful against certain factions. White Lions could be good against certain factions. I mean, there's some potentially useful units here. I'll go ahead and construct the outpost. That outpost doesn't seem like it would be in great danger very easily. So let's end the turn. Of course, we would have to build some rapport with Techless. Okay, so it is not going to be an ambush, but we are going to have the opportunity to fight. Now, the auto-resolve wants to be very kind to me here, and I would love to just take that, but let's go ahead and fight this manually so you all have something fun to watch. So I'm going to load into that. I'm curious if you all want to get in the comments. There's two things that I would love to hear your comments on. Last time when you put in your comments, and I appreciate them, they were very good. I read all of them even if I didn't reply to them, but I asked you all what you would love to see improved about the Dwarves in the upcoming DLC. What do you hope to see for Nurgle in the upcoming DLC? And you might be like, Air, what are you thinking? I don't play Nurgle because they are so unfun. And so for me, make Nurgle fun and you'll have my interest. I really don't want my reinforcements coming from there. I could bring them there. It's gonna already make it take a long time. Can I... It's better than nothing, but... Let's see, how long? It's 1:22. That's 1:49. At least they'd be closer to me. Anywhere else back here? I'd rather these come from... Oh yeah, right there. That's 4.5 minutes to reinforcements. Yeesh, that's pretty risky. But I could also just back all the way up over there and make Chaos Dolly, and then I do have Slayers. I don't know if they can cross the map entirely and then completely KO my army before the 4.5 minute timer is up. They might. Chaos Dwarves are not particularly fast, though. But this army is not particularly good, either. Put all these into a defensive position. Okay. Do you have a Rune of Slowness? Alright, let's go ahead and start the battle. I'd like to be able to have all my forces together. It is going to take them an exceptionally long time to walk all the way over here. Now, they could send their flyers and just go for it. They're going to sit on their... No, they're not sitting on their butts. They're coming towards me. They're just coming very slowly, which works great for me. It really sucks for them. I'm going to keep the fast forward on, so I'm only 3 minutes away from reinforcements. So it was a risk for me to do this. If they bum rushed me hard, it could potentially have gotten pretty dangerous. 2 minutes, or sorry, 2:20. These flyers concern me, but I do have a large number of crossbows coming in. We'll be able to deal with flyers pretty good as long as we can get them interested in something else. We're down to 1.5 minutes. We're going to easily have our reinforcements in place. So that means this battle should handily go in our favor, as the auto-resolve so predicted. You're now down to 40 seconds, 30 seconds, 20. Alright, here it comes. Reinforcements have arrived. Okay, so I'm going to take this front line, push it a little farther forward. And then I'm going to take some of these reinforcements and shore up my flanks.
For the ancestor gods! Hump those dwarven legs!
Kind of move my slayers over here. Okay, slayers. Alright. Put my slayers kind of in a nice second line. Skirmishers. Kind of like this, I think.
For the ancestor gods! Move on!
Alright. And then I've got a couple of dwarf warriors I'll keep in distant reserve. Okay. Skulder Guard. And let's take our Thane out to one of the flanks to kind of help support leadership out there, and then I'll take one of the Runesmiths out to a flank to help support leadership out that way. Actually, that one's got the slowness. Let's leave him in the middle, and let's take this one over there. Okay. Now, we are in an excellent position. We've got multiple layers of defense. We've got an incredibly powerful crossbow line that will have a substantial firepower impact. Let's go remind ourselves and see what kind of magic they have, if any. I don't see any magic there. Do these have bound spells, the Lamasu? They do. Check it out real quick. So enfeebling foe. Okay, yeah, nothing that's gonna like be the end of the world here. I don't remember if they have breath attacks. So the both centaur renders are gonna be dangerous. Like, absolutely.
Range far! Range fast! Slayers!
There.
Range fast! They have trundles!
They're gonna Slayers spread out. I'm gonna have them continue to approach me. I have no reason to approach them. Their blunderbusses are gonna be dangerous, but they're gonna be severely outranged. Their monsters are gonna be very dangerous, but I'm gonna have significant, in fact, because I'm gonna quickly reposition a little bit. I'm gonna pull these Quarrelers back a little farther from the main line, and then actually push these Slayers in between. There we go. Since I have such a significant range advantage, I'd like to put some extra buffer between me and the front line there. Okay. Alright, looking good. This should be the ticket. Quarrelers are gonna open fire. And then I want to start targeting flyers.
Let's start shooting! Fire on the foe!
Alright.
Get them!
We've got the attention of their flyers. They've got some hidden archers back there. Alright, they are gonna bum rush me. Alright, so I'm gonna slow things down a little bit here. I'm actually gonna take the attention of these Quarrelers and quickly turn it to those blunderbuss units, because they will be exceptionally dangerous. And then I've got Slayers, my lord, to start chewing into these flyers. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead hit play here. Alright, so I've got the attack orders going on there. We've got to tear through those blunderbuss units. They are well armored, so it's not going to be easy. Slow that unit down. And then let's use a little rune magic over here. Send some reinforcements this way. Blunderbusses are going down hard. Our Slayers have been effective. Send reinforcements that way. Alright, the Taurus units. Okay, our Slayers are driving out the beast. And our Quarrelers are doing tremendous range damage. And that just really leaves their Lord over here, and I've got my Thane. We do have the Baal Taurus and the Tarek over here, but we have significantly defeated this force of Chaos Dwarves. That was not even close. Despite it being a pretty vicious bum rush that they put on early, it's going to turn into a whole lot of nothing. Their Lord is going to be difficult to damage or kill here. He's going to go away, and that's fine. We'll be done with this. So let's go ahead and end the battle. Nonetheless, big success for us. Massive losses on their part. Few casualties for us. It was almost a 4-to-1 kill ratio, so that's quite good. And we managed to... I don't know if we actually killed any of their flyers. Their units may have gotten away, though. I think we got rid of this unit here. Blunderbusses took significant damage. Their renders got beat up really bad. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I think that's a very solid turn. Look at that. It's Chaos Dwarves, and they had 666. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, we're going to take the Oath Gold from that. Appreciate their donation. Always appreciate their donations. Archon, I know you really would like a trade agreement, but you still have a war with Baltasar and the Border Princes, or Central Confederacy, Talabek land. Like, I mean, and you're allied with Sylvania. So I'm not going there, man. I can't do it. Maybe I should take some of his land and give it to Teclis and then let Teclis fight against him up there. We could use Teclis as a proxy. If we could get him to join the war by giving him the settlement, that would actually be kind of cool. I might do that later, because then it would help him break out and hate me less because he has room to expand, and it might actually help secure one of our borders. Alright, so we took Nazkadrin, and we are going to go up against what was the 19 Orc Labor Army that now has a Chaos Dwarf Warrior in it. They're going to flee from our presence, understandably so. We are considerably more powerful than them. So let the Great Orc Laborer Massacre begin. This ought to be interesting indeed. So yeah, you all let me know, based on what I was saying earlier, let me know about what you want to see for Nurgle. I just want them to be fun. I want to have a reason to play Nurgle. I have not felt like playing Nurgle ever since the game released. I don't know if it's just because I'm apathetic towards that faction, just from a lore and looks and like interest standpoint. It's no knock on Nurgle or the people who like Nurgle. To me, it's completely uninteresting and unappetizing as a campaign. So, I don't know. Like I said, I would love to hear what you all think, because I really don't have any experience with Nurgle, and I wouldn't be a good source for recommendations on what to do with it. All right, I've got a front line. We're gonna put our Bugmans with some distance behind it. Not too much. We're gonna put our Slayers in a defensive position here. Grudge Thrower. Put a Thane out here. We need to understand what kind of magic attacks we might be up against. We got our Sniper here too. No magic attacks on Eldrash, which means that we should be good, unless there's some kind of foul play going on through some other means on there. Okay, there we go. All right, let's start the battle. And we're gonna let the old Grudge Thrower start slaughtering Orc Laborers. So when we launch a Goblin from the Goblobber into Orc Laborers, does it still kind of have the added effect of paying back the grudge? I mean, they are greenskins, after all, right? And speaking of which, how does Chaos Dwarves convince Orcs to be laborers? Like, is it forced? And if it's forced, like when you give them a big thing, I mean, wouldn't they just fight against you? It's sincere curiosity here. How does that work from a lore standpoint? How do you force an orc to be a laborer? The hobgoblins, I'm assuming, maybe somehow they ally with them, but I don't know. If you know more about Chaos Dwarf machinations, please let me know. Sincere curiosity there. Also sincerely curious if the orcs thought that felt good. Alright, time for the Bugmans to open fire, and for these unshielded orc laborers, it is going to be near instant death. These particular Bugmans have somewhere between 39 and 40 missile strength, depending on their chevronage. That is only going to get a fair bit higher as I finish a few final upgrades to them and build their chevrons up into the 7+ tier, which should be quite entertaining. But yeah, the Bugmans are going to have a field day here. It's going to be an absolute slaughter. Alright. Okay, I need you to do the Rune of Slowness. And then we're going to mark by Ulthar. And bye-bye. It was nice knowing you. Except we didn't know you. And that was what was nice about it. Yikes. Marked by Ulthar and Rune of Slowness. It is a tough combination to deal with, and I imagine that the orc laborers probably didn't really want to be here. Well, I mean, I say they wouldn't want to be here fighting, mostly just from a morale standpoint. I mean, they are orcs, so maybe they do want to be here fighting, and I guess if so, then perhaps it's a good day for them. Though I don't know if this is the kind of scrap that they really enjoy. Target that Chaos Dwarf Warrior. What are they? They got more units that they didn't bring forward earlier. I almost feel bad for these orcs, like almost. Not totally, but almost. I mean, they're just getting savagely beaten here. All right. Bugmans. This is just a good chance for them to hone in their sights, you know, practice their reload. Get a few kills for Belegar here. This was not a good battle for the Chaos Dwarves and their minions. Oh my gosh, I love just seeing those orcs get deleted from those Bugmans. The only decent unit in their army here, the Chaos Dwarf Warriors, is suffering pretty heavily here. Just keep targeting their troops, and this is a mostly simple matter here. Thane's killing orc laborers like crazy. How do you kill a ghost? I don't know, maybe it's kind of like the Hobbit when they're in Dol Guldur, or however you say it, Gold Dagur, whatever it is. They're having to fight the ring wraiths. This unit ran from us over here, so I'm just going to turn around. That's that. This sad, pathetic army. But they did do a good job of, you know, fertilizing the ground with their corpses, so come spring when all this thaws out, should be a beautiful field, and there'll be plenty of iron in the soil as well from all these orc weapons. Let's load back out of this. Wow, we did not. Okay, so that was 1173 to 0, giving us an infinite kill ratio. That's pretty effective, I would say. Over 100 kills on every single ranger. But almost no gold value because of just worthless orc laborers. Oh, that's good stuff. That cracks me up. What a useless army. I hope the Legion of Asgore has more of this, because if so, then I would say my campaign is going to meet with a great deal of success. Though it won't necessarily give my men a whole lot of experience. All right, let's go ahead and let's see, boost income. ballistic calibration. Let's finish up Overseer. And then let's take a look at these other skill ups over here. Got this one. Let's do Lightning Strike. And now we can get Inquiring Mind, so that is going to drop our upkeep cost. Should help our treasury, ultimately. Let's do Sharpen Weapons.
Armed and ready.
And then we need to pour some skill points into probably Wall Breaker.
Iron-willed.
And let's see here. Let's go with Foe Seeker. Looking good. All right. Yeah, so our income is increasing because of our ability to drop the upkeep cost on that army like we just did. This army actually ended up replenishing because we removed enough chaos corruption with the death of those forces. I'm going to move into their territory here and try and follow up on those guys, and then I'm gonna garrison Belegar Sorrow. We need to go to this whatever you call this, the special mission there for unique equipment, or whatever you call it. I can't think of the name of it at the moment. Quest battle? Yeah, quest battle. I don't know why that was escaping me. Come on, Air. Vampires just marching through my territory, taking attrition. I don't really understand what their purpose is there. Are they at war with one of these factions?
Now you are here.
Yeah, they're at war with Volkmar, so they're probably trying to get over to his lands. I'm just gonna ignore them for now, honestly. They're not much of a concern. We need to head over... Let's head into Gazura Mines. Dingo Crack. Okay, we could get more gemstones here. That'll help me make more money.
Yes.
We're working on more iron out of the mines. I can't train much here, but I do have access to Dwarf Warriors. May not hurt to build back, because we might need it later. I am going to go ahead and recruit a couple of warriors with great weapons here. I don't need a huge army there. I just need something enough to help me come take these secondary Chaos Dwarf settlements. So we've moved both armies forward. Is there any other quick income we can pick up here? Herikaz Gao is... Okay, that's not the one I'm worried about, actually, but we have a pretty solid defense there.
Everything dies.
Let's see. This would be a little bit of quick money. We do have access to this building here. It's a lot more obsidian. This is a ton of obsidian. Is that casualty replenishment rate, like, all armies in the faction, or is it here? I don't know what the effect of that is. I'm going to go ahead and build that, though, because I'd like to get to these special buildings. There's another one. That one's going to give campaign line of sight, local recruitment capacity control. Okay. I do want to build all the landmarks just because it's fun. Let's go ahead and just put this there as well, and then we'll go ahead and end our turn. Get our movement points back. And prepare to push further against the Chaos Dwarves. I want to strike while the iron's hot here. They are doing nothing but losing. So I want to put as much pressure on them as possible so that if they are trying to recover, they'll have way less infrastructure and resources to do so with. An army of the caravan is annoying to me, but I'm not going to threaten them or do anything to that order because I don't want to re-kick off the war with them yet. The vampires probably do have 5 or 6 armies down there already. Because that's just the way vampires are. I would expect nothing less. The Lost Archway of Valea. Alright, so we're going to take this back. Just an auto-resolve here, nothing to see. Occupy, and that is another source of iron, which could earn us more trade. And we can take advantage of that iron, and we can also build our defense here. We now own the entirety of the Iron Peaks. That's unknown territory, so there's nowhere further to go there. There is 2 gold mines we can get our paws on, and we already have one here. Ooh, that is fantastic. I definitely want those gold mines. Let's go upgrade Belegar here. So we have the tunnel warfare, which was what helped our bugmans out. So it gave them... I wish that 200% ammunition was on bugmans. That'd be amazing. We got 5 melee defense for rangers. 20% missile strength for rangers and melee attack for rangers. Man, it'd be insane if that ammunition 200% applied to rangers as well. But it does not, unfortunately. Let's get a scarred veteran.
I stand defiant.
Good. I hope you are standing defiant. I need you to. Spread control.
You have my hammer.
Lens corruption.
Revenge
And
incarnate.
spread control.
Time for a reckoning.
Wrath and Ruin. Hearth and Home. Let's do a Rune of Negation. Alright, we are solid there.
What?
We've got a little bit of building improvements on the way. We can put a special building in here, too, at Tier 4. Which is going to make us Oath Gold. Drop the upkeep for Runesmiths. Give them extra capacity, extra recruit rank. So it's basically a Runesmith buff. So we will build that when we get the opportunity as well. I think we are going to pretty much be out of things to do at the end of this turn, other than I'm going to move this army forward. Chaos Dwarves, did they abandon Black Crag? They may have. So we should be able to hit Black Crag on the next turn. Skip those upgrades. Let's go ahead and pop a commandment in here. I'm going to do Corruption. Well, we don't have any Corruption. Control is a non-factor at the moment, so let's do the Growth and increase of tradable resources, which would help push a little bit of iron there. Nothing huge, but probably worthwhile still. Okay, in their turn. I feel like we are quickly gaining a significant amount of strength. As all this territory grows, and we gain more income, we gain more infrastructure, we're going to become increasingly more dangerous to our enemies, and increasingly difficult for our enemies to destroy, because they would have to not just push through a couple of our settlements, but they would have to push through a lot of settlements. And I think that that would be a struggle for the AI, so I feel like we're getting into that position where we can assert a lot of dominance. Now, we have not gotten to the kind of Armageddon event at the end of the campaign either, and that could be substantially challenging depending on which event it is. For instance, if it's like a big Skaven thing or vampire thing, that is going to get interesting because we are right in the middle of those potentially. Alright, we're going to take the Skull Chasm, which will give us access to yet another gold mine. I'm very much looking forward to that, because that is going to be significant income. Don't tell me they weren't taking advantage of the gold mine. They weren't. How absolutely ignorant. Unbelievably stupid of the AI. Grosdrung and Broken Axe. Alright, we are definitely going to take advantage of that gold mine then. And we want to keep taking territory here. What's the corruption down here? Vampiric corruption? Freaking crap. Stupid vampires. Oh, it's because they own everything around it. Okay, well, that makes sense. Push down here. Stupid vampiric corruption's gonna cause a rebellion eventually, so I'll need to keep that army handy.
Casting the runes.
We can reach Black Crag, so again, I'm just gonna wrap up as much Chaos Dwarf as we can here. What is this? Leadership +7. I'll just go get on a Dwarf Warrior, probably. Auto-resolve that one. So I was very worried about fighting the Dawejar. We actually just achieved short victory. That's cool. So that is definitely one of the objectives I had here, to achieve that short victory. Long victory is 70 settlements. We've currently hit 30. We'd have to go a considerable portion further. So it's possible. We'll see. What great grudges do we have in here anyway? Skaven conflict. That's an annoying one because I'm not around any Skaven at the moment. We have to raid Skaven. So if we raid any Skaven region, we're going to knock out 2 grudges with 1. And if we raid a Greenskin region, that's another. I hate these raiding grudges. That's something I definitely hope they get rid of in the next update for dwarves. Those raiding grudges are just stupid. Stupid. Let's build up Black Crag. I'm gonna just go ahead and set up some cash here. Might as well. So cash is looking good. We have fairly solid defenses at the moment. Let's see, where was that other province up here that had the, yeah, Iron Rock. Okay, we're still building that building so we can build the special feature at Iron Rock. What else do we want to look at from a building standpoint for this turn? Grimdrack? That might not be a bad one. Let's go ahead and put that upgrade there. What is this? So we have the special building there, which is giving us marble, but we also have iron that we can trade from there. And we no longer need... This is still helping the total province, so I guess I'll keep it for now. But that'll give us some extra iron to trade. We have an upgrade at Caragloon that we can make to get up to tier 4. Might as well, because there's some buildings up there that I would like to be able to take advantage of. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of the skill points. They're into Wall Breaker. Got our engineer up here. Boost income. And our Thane here. Scarred Veteran. Okay, let's end another one. Let's see if we can kind of keep bloodying the nose of the Chaos Dwarves. They will probably come up from behind me with an army here soon. We'll have to try to deal with that, but I do want to keep the pressure on them for as long as I can in this one direction. Even if I can just wipe them out in one direction, that would be a great start. I want these guys completely off the map, because then I think we have a secure border to our east, because I think it's all unknown territory to our east. Secure until we have some kind of apocalyptic end times event here. Awesome. Okay, so that is... Oh, whoa, that's gonna be... That army's gonna be dangerous because they have a hell cannon. That's a little bit worrisome because we don't have a cannon in this army. A cannon would be very useful at this point. In fact, I may back up and recruit one. We'll see.
Ironhammer. By my hammer it will be done.
I'm gonna push.
No chance.
That's okay, so that's Vicious Gobspit. That's not one of their armies. Now, Vicious Gobspit might attack us. He is a greenskin, and that's something they would certainly do.
Very well.
But I want to get in behind them here. Keep pushing hard.
It is time.
I'm gonna force march into the settlement so I can counteract some of the public order penalties that we're receiving.
Onward, my axe thirsts for war.
Alright, yeah, so that'll give us +10 to help slow down some of the rot there from the vampire corruption. Okay.
Yes.
Valley of Sorrow is still in the negative in terms of control, but that should improve because we're reducing chaos corruption. If I build this, I can get some extra kegs to trade, plus a little bit of happiness to throw in there as well. Let's go ahead and get some growth fired up here too. And then we finish the construction at Iron Rock. We cannot build that until tier 3. But I can go ahead and drop some defense there and improve the little bit of income. And soon enough, we'll be able to upgrade that to tier 3 and then take advantage of that unique structure. Garrison Lord not move, that's expected. We finished our tech research. I'm gonna keep pushing all of these economic boost. Our income is shooting up really rapidly. We can field another probably full army if we need to, or fill out the armies we have. Ooh. All right, it looks like we've been attacked by Drazhoath the Ashen. There's a significant chance we lose this battle. We don't have a cannon, which is bad for us because we're going to be at the tender mercies of their artillery, which is not good, but as dangerous as their artillery is, and it is very dangerous, these 5 flyers, which includes Drazhoath, are far more dangerous to me because if they get in and they disrupt my quarrelers, we're going to lose the battle. I am going to get to Vanguard deploy because of it being an underground battle. I'm going to go ahead and load in and fight this, though this is very risky. Their infantry's probably going to outclass us, plus they're going to have the support of these renders and this bull centaur. That's going to be very problematic, but if we can kill these flyers quickly, maybe silence that artillery, we could be in good shape relatively quick. Let us see what we can do. All right, we are ready to deploy. I'm going to prepare this deployment. I'm going to deploy very close to the enemy with the intention of trying to force them to attack quickly. I want my missile line safely towards the rear of the formation, with Slayers as an in-between, and with my Lords there, because if their flyers come down, I want them to stay away. I need them to stay away from my missile line. My missile line is the very critical piece of this whole plan. I want to deploy far enough forward that I can start hitting them immediately, but at the same time, like, I don't want to give their flyers just an instant route straight to my missile line. I'm gonna put my infantry into a defensive stance. Okay, we are outside of range. I'm gonna have to push forward. Ow. Okay, let's push forward. I'd actually sit here and shred on their infantry line for a minute. We're gonna get absolutely doused by their artillery, like without question. But I should be able to dish a significant amount of damage to their infantry line if they just sit there and take it. Let's fast forward and see. They are sitting there and taking it. Oh gosh. They are definitely putting some target fire into my missile line, which is very bad for me, but they're also focusing a lot of their artillery fire on my infantry, which is rather pointless. And I am significantly reducing their infantry line, probably worse than what they're doing to me. I want to force their flyers to come running at me. I'm going to have to reposition a little bit here because they have completely annihilated that iron breaker. Oh my gosh, the hell cannon is horrible. They're wasting their magma cannon on my lord, though. That's acceptable. They have taken just gruesome damage to my infantry, or to their infantry. I am taking gruesome damage as well. Would have very much resounded to my benefit to have... Oh, please don't shoot my quarrelers. I'm trying to take out Drazhoeth, but he's a quick-moving target. He's going to make himself difficult here. All right, let's pounce on him. I'm going to see... I'm going to keep one Slayer in reserve here. I'm going to pounce on Drazhoeth. If I can take Drazhoeth out of the fight here, and then take out a couple other key units, don't let him out of there. Hit him hard. Beat it to him. Get a little bit of help over here. And then we got to take out their other flyers. And it ain't over if we get rid of Drazhoeth. That's... Kill him. Rat turd's getting away from me, and then they're bringing in another flyer here. Start pulling it over here. Okay, sorry, I gotta go into kind of a slow here for a minute. All right, we got rid of Drazhoeth. Let's send the kill team over to this next unit and back up over here. I need to stay out of range of their... Yeah, I hate that hell cannon. Okay. Just pull back, put some distance in there. That hell cannon sucks. It sucks. Alright, shoot that thing, please. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Alright, we got rid of one of their units, though. It's unfortunately going to come back. I got another one of their flyers being doused. I'm going to have to be ready to take that thing out just as soon as it comes back, because it is coming back. Alright, we got rid of another flyer. Let's get rid of that one over there. We still got another flyer up over here. Their infantry, though, did get hurt so bad earlier. that they are struggling to make a... Man, their artillery fire is just devastating at the moment. Like, I mean, devastating. We have taken tremendous damage to our skirmish line and continue to the point where I don't really know where this battle's going at the moment. And they're approaching with blunderbusses, which is not good for me at all. We've got to get rid of these flyers. And I've also got to run down those blunderbuss units. Can I take my lords to go shut that down? We've got to go shut it down. I can't let those things approach me and open fire. Okay. Why can't I give an attack? Like, I'm so confused at what's happening here. We've got a mess of a fight going on right now. Trying to take that thing completely off the battlefield. A lot of my quarrelers are running away, and I'm out of ammunition on one, so we're kind of down into this, like, really awkward fight here. We have to stay on top of those blunderbuss units with our heroes. They cannot be allowed to shoot at us. This unit's out of ammunition, so head to melee. Slayers. Chase this stuff. Okay, well, this is an extremely ugly fight, as I kind of assumed it would be. But I also wanted to take the challenge up and see whether we could do it. We're about to win this fight over here. Honestly, I think it's swinging to our favor. So we can go after that great Taurus. We've got their blunderbuss tied down. If I can get this unit to come back in and just shoot a couple of volleys even, that would be helpful. Why are my guys running around? Oh, they have an Infernal Guard. Freaking crap. We may not win this over here. That is not good for me. Let's go see if we can completely surround it. Come on, take that thing off the battlefield. I don't know whether that Ironbreaker can finish this fight against that thing. It's got too many hit points. Let's see if we can put the ouster on that Infernal Guard. No, our Lord routed. Fan-freaking-tastic. That is just spectacular. Get back here, you coward. He is healing, because I have the Old Guard's tankard item. This unit keeps running away as well. That Infernal Ironsworn is an infernal mess. Alright, we did get rid of the artillery piece. That's gonna change things. Our Lord is getting munched. Really needs help. Thank goodness for him, he's healing. We drove that Taurus almost off the battlefield. It's probably gonna come back. Ooh, we're getting good hits with our Ironbreakers there. This Infernal Ironsworn just won't die, and I've got it completely surrounded. We're slowly working our way through that. You know, oh, yes, yes, I think we broke him. I think we broke him. Brutal fight against a very tough Chaos Dwarf army. I'm probably kind of lucky that we won that. They had kind of everything going for them there, which was all their best units up against my army, which was not particularly well suited to fight it. I'm going to kill as many of these Infernal Ironsworn as I can out the door, because those things are infernally difficult to kill. Woo! I'm not surprised their artillery killed the crap out of me. Some people might think maybe you should have targeted it first. If I would have scooted up close enough to target it, they would have just bull rushed me with all these Taurus units, and I would have been screwed there as well. And then their infantry would have been at full strength too. So I decided to go ahead and take the risk of mulching their infantry, which actually did give my infantry a chance to succeed. And my infantry performed admirably, all things considered. But our Quarrelers and Bugmans really got us some critical damage in there. We did lose a unit of Slayers. Otherwise, we made out of there alive, if only just. And we're going to steal some nice loot off of them. I'm going to have to fall back and replenish at Black Crag. But I mean, at least we damaged them up and slowed them down. They're going to get away with most of the units out of that army. But they'll have to re-recruit a few, at least. I'm not really sure who got the better of that one. We kind of both bloodied each other's noses there. I needed a cannon. A cannon would do me some huge good. Picked up a potion of healing off them as well.
If you say so, Beedling.
I'm gonna move back over here. Start to replenish a little. I'm gonna pick up a Slayer. Honestly, these giant Slayers might be handier. They don't have any missile resistance, or yeah. I'm gonna grab a giant Slayer. Let's recruit that. If we get into global recruitment, our global recruitment's gonna be quick, so we should make a couple of quick adjustments here then. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna merge this infantry, and that'll open up some recruiting slots. I'm gonna grab some Longbeards with great weapons, as those will be much better suited to fighting against Chaos Dwarf infantry. That would give me 3 of those and an Iron Breaker, and then 2 of those. That'd be like 6 infantry and Slayers, which would probably be okay, especially like if I go ahead and merge that. And then on the next turn, I do not have access to cannons still. That is unfortunate. Well, this is going to be my quickest bet as to putting units back into that army. So after one turn, I'll have 3 full units of Longbeard great weapons, some replenishment going on. So we'll get this army back into condition just as quickly as we can. I don't know how quick that's going to be, but as quickly as we can. Let's see, we picked up some nice Oath Gold. Okay, wow, that was a fight. They are going to replenish quicker than me, but they're also going to have to pull more units into that army as well. And then I've got an opportunity back here to make them pay further. This is a large settlement with key recruiting infrastructure, so killing this now will give me a huge one-up on the Chaos Dwarves because they won't be able to use it for helping to replenish those armies. So that is a critical loss, I think. That's probably Skaven territory up there. It is. We can go do some raiding eventually. Oh, and that's going to give me access to cannons, which I needed dearly, so couldn't have been more timely in that regard. And let's drop one of these to help. Some Oath Gold, defenses. This Ranger building doesn't really belong here, so let's tear that down. Let's get our gold going here. So I think this is going to end up being a good end to the episode. That was a battle that I probably didn't really want to have to fight, but we did fight it, and we won.
True King.
And we're going to gain the benefit of that victory,
Vengeful Rune Lord.
I believe. And we made the Chaos Dwarves pay big with that loss right here. That is definitely going to hurt them on recruiting. Like, that was a major recruiting facility there, and they've now lost it.
For the wisdom of Valea.
I need to put some happiness back in here, but at least I can kind of hold these guys at bay back here. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. We have secured a lot of income. We've gained a lot of territory against the Chaos Dwarves. The only kind of setback we had here was against Razhuet the Ashen. But I think we'll be in a position to better fight him. And then, like, when I go back in here as well, I don't have another recruiting slot open. But I think what we'll do, I'll drop a couple of these units together. Actually, I won't for now, but I will in the next turn, and we'll recruit a cannon into that army as well. Let's go ahead and end our turn and kind of see what happens here. I think we've probably... Ah, dang it, they came and attacked me. I don't blame them. Like, the auto-resolve would be good for him there. I'm going to retreat, and hopefully we can get far enough away from him. We did, but they have a whole nother army coming our direction. Black Crag is probably not going to have significant defenses in place, so unfortunately that army did not get to do any recruiting. We are going to pick up a trade agreement with Ungrim, though. That is excellent. They had a whole nother army there. Wow. Well, it's a good thing we just took out the recruiting then. I hope that that will hurt their capability of putting good units back into those armies. And that's going to be pretty much it for this episode. I am going to have to flee here. We are replenishing as we run. I'm going to run as hard as I can out of here. I got to put some distance between me and that army. Yeah, Black Crag wouldn't have had very good defenses if we fell back to it, because they... Oh yeah, this would have been dangerous. Very dangerous. This army, of course, is substantially stronger, though. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go underground and move over here so that I can continue to replenish, and I can put pressure and try and draw those armies back towards Belegar. And Belegar stands a much better chance of resisting them. Let's get that. Runesmiths and engineers would be helpful to me, so I'm going to go ahead and build one of those. And then I think up to +8 there. And I would love to have that gemstone mine over here. I'm going to kind of move up and take a quick look-see at it. Yeah, there's no one there guarding it. I might go grab that gemstone mine in the next one. So we're going to fall back over here. We have our extra army here to help protect us if need be. We're probably going to lose Black Crag, and we'll have to come back and take Black Crag again. So I'm not going to spend any further money on it. But we are also wrapping up behind them with Belegar. So I feel like we're probably in a overall solid position here, and we want to build some defenses back behind us here. The Lost Archways might be a little risky to build a tier 3 settlement here, but I'm going to try. It's going to be 5 turns till we get it. We don't have really good defenses back there. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing up for now. I'll see you all soon with some more action in Total War Warhammer 3.